2 मिनट रुकिए मैम, ठीक है।
जी।
हाँ मैम, प्ले कीजिए। एक मिनट रुकिए मैम, और रिकॉर्डिंग स्टार्ट कर लीजिए।
Recording in progress.
Should I start, sir?
हाँ मैम, हाँ।
Okay.
Pooja ma'am, shall I start now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good evening, good morning, namaskar to all of you. Am I visible and audible both?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. The world needs more of humanity so that people can work on no poverty, zero hunger, good health, well-being, equality education, gender equality, climate action, peace, justice, and a strong institution. With this quote of Tulsi Sardar, I, Dr. Priya Trivedi, welcome you all on the behalf of Idiom Foundation on the first National Conference on Sustainable Development Goals. This is our 16th conference which we are going to hold, and our topic is peace and sustainable development. Just as sunshines bring a lot of brightness, your all gracious presence has brightened our today's event. It's both an honor and a privilege and an opportunity from given by IDYM Foundation to welcome you on today as a guest of honor to all of you. I welcome Dr. Asim Abdul Ahmed sir, from Egypt. I do welcome, heartily welcome to our dear Mrs. Rajna Chakravarti, madam.
Thank you so much.
A warm welcome words to welcome Mr. Akash Babat sir, and it's a privilege to welcome our Dr. Pooja Joshi ma'am, and all dear participants. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is a progress, and working together is a success. With this thought, ER Ravishankar Kumar has started IDYM Foundation. It is a platform to promote the space and satellite education for every young mind. That is for the entire student community from any school around the world. It involves a group of people with several years of experience in education, ranging from people of education ministry, various school principals, and young, talented, space enthusiastic. IDBAM performs the workshops, lectures on a space and satellite, rocket technology for the schools with distinguished speakers from multiple IITs, ISRO, NASA, DRDO, BARC, HAL, NL, scientists, and many armed forces, officers, and space experts. Our strategy was to first cover the world of India before global, and that we did. In a short span of 3 months, we were able to host at least one workshop in each state of India, and now our count boasts a diverse group of 52 plus countries. We have been able to impact over more than 10,000 plus students, of which 15 students have been built and launched their satellites. 150 students are in progress of making on to kids around the globe. Let us make India the number one in all the aspects. This is what the IDBIM Foundation is. IDBIM Foundation has been expanded India TV, City, IDBIM Space School, IDBIM Principal Association, IDBIM E-Magazine. This is all the achievements which has been done by the team. I again, on the behalf of IDBIM Foundation and team, welcome you all. Moving ahead, peace is an end to the corruption and violence and the fulfillment of human rights for all. I would like to introduce with this quote to Mr. Asim Mosa sir. Sir, your journey of success is too long and full of experience and knowledge when I go through this. Sir has done PhD from Bristol. Sir has the different research area which includes AIoT, AI, 5G, cloud, hardware, software, and other components development and implementation. He has credited many global awards, Outstanding Research Award in 2021, Excellence in Education in 2021, International Award for the Peace for Books in September 2020, Global Awards in Industrial Area. Sir has also achieved Chairman for the Peace and HR, Global Goodwill Ambassador, USA, and Global Ambassador for Peace and Human Rights. Sir has been a guest of honor and the keynote speakers in Egypt, USA, Russia, Turkey, Switzerland, and many other nationally and international places. Sir has been member of United States in high-level meetings of Sustainable Development Goal in 2015 to 2013 September and December 2015 at UN headquarters, ATNY. Sir has been ambassador and Africa president in USA, India. TechWorks, Co-Global Summit Director, Italy. Nominated as the chief editor at ACTA Scientific Journal. He has been also nominated as the chief editor in the International Board of News and Broadcasting, GP and HR. Sir has published so many papers and books nationally and internationally. Apart from the academic, Sir has been also been involved in many athletic activities also. He was member in the Egypt basketball team. He has been also a member in All Stars University basketball team, member of Egypt Air basketball team, captain of EL Jazeera Sporting Club basketball team. He has been also invited in so many conferences in South Africa, Nigeria as a keynote speaker. Sir, it's really a privilege and an honor for me to introduce you, and it will be really honor for all of us to listen you from today for the sustainable development goal. Sir, over to you. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and coming here.
Thank you so much for your, wonderful introduction. It's my pleasure and appreciation to you, to India, to all Indian people. Thank you so much. Thanks to Allah and thanks to Prophet Muhammad and all my family. Thanks to IDTMF for nominating me to speak today. Thanks to India again and Indian people appreciated me. A lot of things to work, to speak and more. To all different countries in all the world, follow this big event. Good morning, good evening, and at the end of Ramadan, happy feast to all Muslim people. Happy that different nationality, especially Indian people, congratulate me with my feast, and in return, I can congratulate India and the Indian people with all their feast. Hoping for more peace, success, and health for all. Thank you very much, IDTMF, for inviting me in this big event related to IDTMF, which is considered the most prestigious high reputation professional organization. I am honored to be here today to talk about SDG 16 in peace for its importance, because for me it's number one, not number 16, because if you can achieve peace and you succeed in achieving peace in all the world, you will succeed in achieving the 17 SDG of the United Nations. Thank you to everyone who work for peace in society, company, country, and all the world who really need it, especially to stop war among countries. Today, I'm going to talk from Sharm el-Sheikh, the city of peace, about peace, SDG 16, that address conflict and to promote peace and inclusive institution to contribute to other SDG. So it's so important to talk about this SDG. It's a collection of 17 SDG, but SDG 16 address conflict and to promote peace. So SDG 16 it's about, we have also about 24 indicators and targets, for example, to reduce violence, protect the children, promote the rule of law, and reduce corruption and bribery, develop effective and transparent institution, ensure strengthens the participation in global, ensure public access to information. A lot of target we have to, and also we talk about a lot of facts and figures. For example, 68.5 million by the end of 2017. People have displaced. And also 10 million people who have been denied nationality, and about $1.26 trillion corruption and bribery. Also 49 countries lack law protection from domestic violence. Excuse me, do I have to stop or I'll continue talking? Also, 46 countries, women now hold more than 30% of seats. So, hello? Can I continue? Or?
Yeah, sir, you can continue.
Okay, because I hear a ring, that's why. Also about, 1 billion people, are legally invisible because they cannot prove who they are. So a lot, we have problems because of, we cannot achieve the peace, in our country, in a lot of countries, in India and all the world. That's why you have to work, together as a unit or one person for to fight for peace, to fight ignorance, to fight racism, and to fight all the things that stop peace process. So also we have like 70 million people recorded as UN refugee, and also it will increase because of the war of Ukraine and Russia. Also for the United Nations track 357 killing because of human rights journalists or something like that. Also if we are talking about violence against the children, for example in 2019 we have like 357 killing and 13 forced disappearance, as I said before, and also 1 billion children around the world, cost the society about $7 trillion USA. And also about 50% of the world children experience violence every year. Every 7 minutes, a child killed by violence. 9 in 10 children, live in a country, or punishment and something like that. And child, face a lot. So that's why, we have to work all for peace. Also, I would like to talk about, because what's happened, in Ukraine and Russia, and a lot of, to stop, war in all the world. Two posters, touches in social media. The first one, one shoulder, whisper to his, girlfriend, when the war is over, we will get married and the earth will grow flowers like you, and your warmth will carry out the most beautiful girl in the universe. This letter was found in the pocket of one of the dead soldiers in 1939. So the war will end, the leaders will shake hands, the old woman will keep waiting for her, son. That girl will wait for her, beloved husband, and children will wait for their father. I don't know who sold our homeland, but I saw who paid the price. So we celebrate, every year Adam's Day. Let us all remember that we all his children. We all brothers and sisters. Be peace and kind with each other. No harm, no conflict, or kill each other. We must all have peace, harmony, and tolerance. It's now time for humanity as a whole, regardless of religion, color, gender, country, or origin, or language, to unite to achieve peace in all the world. Because we have to know how to deal with difference, without anything bad. So we have to eliminate racism, injustice, ignorance, and violence, and to start opening a new era after COVID-19. And the union of all the world as one individual in resisting the past and uniting effort in the incoming period to achieve the SDG, 17, especially number 16, and to hand over the world for future generation in a better state in all fields of education, health, energy, and to fight COVID-19, and on the dissemination and adoption of modern technology like cloud of everything technology. I know that Indian people are very expert in technology and its circulation in the world as a whole, which is the technology of the 21st century. We must all have the mentality.
You are not audible now.
And his rights, regardless of different regarding of different in religion, different in color, whether this right is for individual or people, will not be achieved except by equality and deterrence of any suggestion by other against such as economy, education. It will not be achieved except by interaction of each individual in a society to apply the above in a positive manner and to eliminate the negativity of the individual, his full right, and ignore the right of others. We must unite on the principle of equality and justice and right to achieve peace. Then comes the role of equality in global adoption of cloud of everything technology and to fight COVID-19. This is the last chance for our generation to hand over the world in a better way to the next generation, as the current generation, wish to receive from the previous generation. Finally, I would like, to conclude my speech with, peace quotes. What we need is a Star Peace and not Star Wars, especially, these days. I prefer peace, but if trouble comes, let it come in my time so that my children and new generation can live in peace. Establishing last peace in the work of education, all politics can do is keep us out of war. Display peace in everything you do. Be peace, live in peace. We don't need guns and bomb to bring peace. We need love and compassion. Peace is always beautiful like a smile. Peace is its own word, go in the direction of where peace is coming from. Not to be afraid to take a chance of peace, to teach peace, to live peace. Peace will be the last word of history. We must restore hope to young people, help us all, be open to the future, spread love and peace. Every peace we take, every breath we take, every step we make can be filled with peace, joy, and serenity. Once the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. If you want to make peace with your enemy, you have to work with your enemy, then he becomes your partner. Peace is our gift to each other. Peace is a journey of 1,000 miles, and it must be taken one step at a time. Peace is a daily, weekly, monthly process. Peace is only battle worth waging. Finally, again, what we need is a star peace and not a star wars. Thank you so much, IBTM. Thanks to all amazing speakers. Thanks to moderator. It's my pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. You truly said that for peace, we all have to come together. Yes, we are the brothers, sisters, and we have to work together and split the whole world by without any bias of the gender, color, and religion. And we have to take the equality for all the people and women as well. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, very fruitful, sir. You said in a very short lines, explained very nicely, sir. And yes, it's really a privilege to listen you. And
Thank you so much.
from Idiom
Thank you.
Foundation, once again,
Thank
I
you.
thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so
Ahead,
much.
moving ahead, I would like to introduce Mrs. Rajna Chakravarti, madam. Educators are the only people who lose sleep over other people's kids. With these beautiful lines, I would like to introduce Rachna ma'am. Mrs. Rachna Chakravarti has an educator with 26 years of experience, associate with the grooming students of various age groups. She has worked as a catalyst in transforming the students' life. A writer, blogger, educational counselor, international speaker, and a social activist. Conducted several workshops on public speaking. At present, she is working as a deputy chief moderator for the Maharashtra State Board, also co-authored course book for the state board, author of several famous books for all the age groups. She has been awarded with several awards, both national and international, for her blogging and his work. Founder of CVMD, a group which works for the emotional empowerment of women, and also the founder of CWMA, a writing platform which encourages young writers to outbox their writing brains. Yes, ma'am, you are always an inspiration for me also and for IDMIM Foundation also. Welcome you from the bottom of my heart. And it's really an honor and privilege to listen you as a speaker, because I always listen you as a moderator and you have been always, I always like to listen you. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Priya. It's amazing to listen so many good words, good adjectives from you. It's really nice to listen to you. So it's really a privilege to be invited to this platform. And thank you, Raviji, for inviting me once again on this platform to talk on SDG, as it is very, very close to my heart. And today I'm here not to talk about the gender equality or about the quality the education, but to talk about something which is the main basis of everything, that is peace, justice, and strong institutions. So we all know this is the main basis of all the other goals. So if there is no peace, there cannot be any equality, and none of the institutions can be working together. We cannot hope for any sustainable development without peace, stability, human rights, and effective governance based on the rule of law. So, yet we know that our world is increasingly divided on different levels. Some regions enjoy the peace, security, and prosperity, while others fall seemingly endless cycles of conflict and violence. This is not inevitable and must be addressed. The armed violence and insecurity have a destructive impact on the country's development. We have all seen that, and it is really affecting the progress of a country. The economic growth has been affected and resulting to the grievances for the last few generations. And of course, sexual violence, crime, exploitation, and fortune can also be prevalent where there is conflict or there is no rule or law. And countries must take measures to protect those who are mostly at the risk. But we cannot always say that it is the responsibility of the government. It is not our responsibility. I always say that if we, as an individual, do not take the responsibility, we will never be able to bring the change that we desire to see. So, the Sustainable Goal 16 will only be possible if we individually take responsibility and spread the peace. Take the charge. We all need to take charge of ourselves. Inform, share the education in the schools in the initial stages, colleges, because till the time we are not going to share this knowledge with our students in the early childhood, we will not be able to achieve the sustainable goal at 2030. Our target is very, very nearby. Hardly 8 more years are left, and we are on the right track of spreading awareness. But still, we all know that some parts of the world.
कुछ भी अपन खरीदते हैं, एसी खरीदो, टीवी खरीदो, लाइनों में लगना ही पड़ेगा ना भाई, वो जिसका जो प्रोसीजर है वो तो वो करेगा ही
Sorry,
ना।
I would request to mute
बोला
the
है कि
mic.
भाई
Yeah. Bhavna ma'am, I think mic is on.
Bhavna ma'am, I request you to mute yourself. Bhavna ma'am.
Yeah, please mute. Thank you. So, as I was saying, that we all know that hardly 8 more years are left, and we are on the right path of spreading awareness. But still, we know that in some parts of the world, there is no peace, there is no equality, there is no justice. Then, how can we take it ahead? All these things, how can we make sure that yes, there will be peace? So we should always be the change we want to see. So it is the every individual's responsibility. We cannot blame that tomorrow the government will make the law, then we will start bringing around peace. It is my responsibility as an individual that I bring around and whatever I know to spread it to others, which we are doing as educationists. We are trying to bring little change in the young minds. Even our platform IDYM have been trying again and again to educate the young minds and bring around the change which we desire to see. But we need to be an example. Till the time the individuals are not taking up the responsibility of spreading awareness, raising our voices against injustice, we will not be able to see the peaceful world. We always say that the government rules, and we talk about the government is not taking the right decision. We say that the country is not ready to collaborate, or another country is not ready to communicate with us properly. But what did we do as individuals? Did we take a step ahead? Did we come across and did we start speaking to it? So it is our responsibility. If we want to see the peace, development, justice, and making every institution a stronger and a better institution, we need to take up that responsibility, come ahead, ready to communicate. That one person can bring the change when we are talking about raising our voice. I really don't think that I'm talking about raising your volume and speaking. But yes, we need to raise our voice against injustice. We cannot keep quiet and keep on cribbing that this should have been done, that should have been done. What did you do? For example, a simple example. If a woman is sexually getting harassed, and if she's not ready to take the charge, and she's not ready to talk about her rights, then how can we stand for her? First and foremost, she should stand up for her right. She know that she has been abused, she has been harassed, and she should come out with that strong evidence and strong gut feeling that yes, it is wrong and no one can access that on her. So it is our responsibility. We need to understand. We need not put the blame on others again and again. So I just feel that mainly peace and justice is possible if we as individuals spread it, first of all, with our students. They are the young minds. We need to have certain activities in the school which will train the students to raise their voice, not their volume, not fighting and shouting in the class, but raising the voice for the correct cause, for the good touch, bad touch, which we already have started doing in our schools. So, if we train these young minds where they can raise their voice, then I feel that this SDG goal of goal number 16 can be achieved even at more quicker pace. The government is looking out for 2030. But if we make our younger generation realize about their rights, their knowledge, and their duties, then this goal can be achieved very quickly rather than sitting at home and crying and putting the blame on others. So it is every individual's responsibility. I too want to end by just saying that for every heart, let there be a field of flowers. For every tear sliding down a cheek, let there be ocean to catch it. For every hand reaching across a divide, let there be somebody who takes it. For every loss, let there be celebration of what was once good. For every curse uttered, let there be bliss in this place. So it is only possible with the correct hands and by raising our voice and not the volume. I hope, Dr. Priya, I have not taken much of your time and I was able to finish it right on time. Thank you so much. And we all need to be together. And it is very, very evident that goal number 16 can be achieved if we as individuals move a step ahead instead of blaming each other and making disrespect for each other. Thank you so much, Dr. Priya.
Thank you, Rachna ma'am. You have nicely explained and your quotation, you have summarized all the topic in a one line. Change yourself.
Thank
That
you.
is
Thank you.
this is the key word of today. To change yourself, society will change definitely. And with this, because you have already explained so nicely, I am speechless. Really, ma'am, it was wonderful. And I will keep in the mind, yes, I have to change. A little bit change in ourselves will change the society.
Very true. Very true.
Moving ahead, a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. With this quotation, I would like to welcome our next guest of honor and speaker, Mr. Akash Bapat sir. Author, CEO of ABCD International Family and Babat International Publication. International training organizer, multi-awardee, business booster, coach, certified NLP and life coach. Sir is a business booster coach and helps to promote to grow in all the aspects of life through the coaching and training platform. Sir is a internationally trainer, organizer, world record holder. Sir has written two books, and both the books are available on Amazon. On first book is on 20 essential habits for the success, and the second is the 5 essential qualities for success. Sir, definitely I am going to go through this both the books for the successful life. Sir has been working as an author for the success coach to help them to write, publish, and brand their books. He teaches the entrepreneurs and the trainers how to use your book as a business success. And he organized various international business summits also, where the trainers from various countries participate and share their knowledge and experience. He had invited various experts trainer on his platform and created very affordable and quality program like Train the Trainers, ABCD of Business, Executive Life Coach, and many more. He had started internationally coach program with various national and international experts, trainers, and coaches. He takes a lot of initiatives. He wants everyone should be healthy. Hence, the ABCD program started free yoga classes for all the people. Sir, I think many of the people are going to join your free yoga classes. And he focus on personal, professional, wealth, health, and spiritual development of individual, which is essential for today's society. So, with this kind words, sir, I would like to invite our next guest of honor, Akash Babat, sir. Sir, welcome you all in Idiom Foundation.
Yes, thank you, Priya ma'am, for inviting me, and thank you, special thanks to IDYM and Ravi Shankar sir for inviting. So, about myself, I am not expert in SDG, or I don't know what about SDG before. But when sir told me you have to speak for a few minutes about SDG number 16, so I tried to find some information about that and go through and realize that we are not able to understand what exactly it was, and people are institution working on that, but we don't know about that programs, and still people like me was not aware about SDG. So as you all know, I am not expert in SDG, so I want to share a few things that how we can create awareness about that through our organizations, and whatever possible we can provide information to people, and people know about that goals, and they can help to create something different for society. So as SDG number 16 is about to justice, to create sustainable development. So I want to share that. So how we can contribute as an organization or as an individual. So we can contribute and we can create good societies. So as an organization, we are working on some great initiatives. So through that, we can create awareness. So we conduct various programs. In that programs, we can share information regarding that, or as we connect as NGOs, or lots of people work together, and they can work on that particular thing. So of course, I saw from very long time that IDYM conduct various training programs or various summits on SDG. So they create awareness. So like that, lots of people can do that, and by this, what happened? We can reach to maximum people, and they can they realize what exactly we have to do, and they can contribute. So we can take a little example. So illicit financial so we can reduce illicit in finance. So as a owner or as a taxpayer, we can pay it on time, and we can contribute in that. So if we realize our responsibility, then we can work according to that, and we can contribute, right? So everyone has a responsibility. We don't want violence. Everyone want peace. So everyone want it, but anyone doing something for that? So we don't we just want it, but we want someone will do something for that. But no, we have to take an action for that. If we want peace, uh, we we should contribute for that. If we want justice, we have to contribute for that. If we know someone is in problem or someone not get so we can realize, we can connect with people when we know some particular person don't get such benefit, or he is not able to uh, he is not getting justice. So we can as a individual, I know, I accept that we can't do some great things, but we can help as a little things. We can give support. Whatever we can contribute, we can contribute. So uh, once I start, someone maybe say see me and start contributing, and that will be great help for him or her. So one thing is, I understand, or I want to share that, or I start when I read SDG 16. So first, change yourself, start taking actions, start contributing towards that goals, and maybe one day people can see you and motivate and start contributing in that, and hope we can achieve that our targets till 2030. So I think for me, we should have start contributing in that, and I think we can do that small contribution. Definitely we can do something great and bring changes. Thank you once again for inviting me. As you all know, I am not expert in, but what I want to share that we have to start taking actions towards that. We have to contribute and start making awareness, and that's I want to share. Thank you once again. Thank you, Priya.
Thank you so much, Akash sir. Yes, you truly said that change yourself, and for the small to change the world, to change the globe, it is very necessary to change yourself with a small step. And yes, peaceful mind is very important for the sustainable to achieve the sustainable development goal. And for each and every individual, it is very important to be the peaceful. And with the peaceful mind, I would also like to add up the healthy mind, because with peacefulness, healthy mind is very essential. Yes, we have to contribute with this peaceful mind and healthy mind, and these small changes in ourselves can make a very good sustainable development, which we all are trying to get it. So thank you so much for your words and fruitful knowledge which you have given to us. Definitely, we will achieve this goal with all these inspiring minds and peaceful minds. And we are going to connect you again in the future for the same. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Teachers encourage the minds to think, hands to create, and hearts to love. With this beautiful quotation, I would like to introduce Dr. Pooja Dixit Joshi, ma'am. Ma'am, as an highly committed, self-motivated, enthusiastic educator, empathetic, and academician counselor, proactive lecturer and researcher with 10 years of teaching experience on undergraduate and postgraduate level. Madam Proficient is planning and appropriate teaching programs to optimize the learning process while effectively addressing the students' needs. She is skilled in integrating the relevant technology to support classroom interaction and learning activities. She is also expert in hands-on experience in developing the curriculum in different style, learning style, and she's also work closely with the other teachers to efficiently plan and coordinate work. Ma'am, thank you so much for coming, and hope today by your words we will all be inspired. Over to you, ma'am.
Priya, ma'am.
Ma'am, your voice, you are not audible. Uh, you are not audible.
Yeah. Am I
Yeah,
audible now?
yeah, ma'am. You can raise your volume.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Just a minute.
You can continue, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fix it out. Yeah. A very good evening to all the esteemed guests and educators, professionals present here. No work is insignificant. All labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance and should be undertaken with a painstaking excellence. It was statement stated by Martin Luther King Jr. Happy International Labor Day to all of you present here. I'm privileged to be a part of this national conference, and I extend my heartiest gratitude to Ravi sir for believing me and for giving me this opportunity. As my fellow speakers have spoken about what SDG is all about, today I'm going to throw a light on few key words of this SDGs like peace, justice, and institutions, social institutions. Why these three have to work in coordination. To share my screen, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. I think you can share.
Yeah, ma'am. Doing. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yeah, ma'am.
As we know that IDYM is an organization working on the upliftment of these SDGs goals. The more we are talking about, the more we are creating the awareness. So today's SDG promote, which talks about the peaceful and inclusive things. So right now I will be speaking about the peace. So you can see over the screen the three. Just a minute. Yeah. Uh, so sorry for this technical error. Yeah, everyone deserves to live in a world that is peaceful and safe. Human rights are protected by law. Is it visible, ma'am? What is happening? Not visible? Just a minute, ma'am. What is happening? Yeah, now is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, I see.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, yeah.
about this peace. Yeah, talking about the peace. Peace can have a different meaning to different people. Now, with the first picture on the screen, you can see this with the image of this two people on a different side. So this is the image where it talks about the narrow version of peace. It means ending the violence, but not resolving its underlying causes. We are just apart, but the basic thing is not being sorted out. Then the second picture of this flag, you can see this talks about the European Union emergence, how they have been parted and whatever the peace agreement have been made, and how the state and the society have according to this universal model. And the third, you can see a hybrid peace, where we have a multiple version of peace where we may coexistence, simultaneous agreement to differ, and very different social and political system we talk about. So this this is what we are talking in short. Now coming to this, how we can maintain this peace and what are the parameters to follow up this peace. Now coming to this first image, as you can see, that talks about that no war should be there. Okay, then the second talks about the negative effect, that the more you are into that, the more uh, thing you can talk about. The military forces, for example, the northern and the southern Korean forces have confronted each other daily across a demilitarized line, which described as a peace. So to every person, the definition of peace is different. Now, finally, the third image which you all have seen, that which talks about coming together, collaboration. But do you think that this peace is all about? We can say in terms of political time that yes, it will. But from my point of view, it won't. For this, we need to come up as individual. As an individual, we need to have that kind of mindset. Then only we can think of a democratic peace, which talks about that every individual should identify, have that liberal perspective. And that liberal perspective will come only when we talk about international peace, which can be promoted or which can be made by only by the independence between the state or between the institution. Now, coming to the next part, that is justice. As we know, justice means to distribute the due share to everybody or securing our protecting rights. Now, how we can secure justice? This is again a question. For example, giving the underprivileged all the excesses, all the discrimination should not be carried away out. Then protective though discriminations for securing justice, each member of the society should have that opportunity. Even if we talk about the society, if we talk about the economic power, we should give them that power. Then only we can think of a justice society. Equal opportunity is needed for all section of the society. Coming to the next is that equal treatment for equal, which means that each person should be respected, whatever the class is all about. So then the fourth one, that we need to pursue social justice. We should make it as a key objective. We should ensure that the justice should be distributed equally. Now, talking about the third keyword, that is social institution. Now, what are social institutions? Institutions, why institutions are important? Institutions are the rules of pattern or pattern of interaction. Coming from a sociology background, I would like to tell you that how much interaction is important for the stability of a society. How mutually we need to collaborate. For right now, we are having this SDG. This is again the collaboration. Speakers from Egypt, speakers from India, are having their sharing their views. So we need this kind of mutual integration to contribute to the stability of the society. Social institutions are very, very important, and we know the social institution, if we talk about that, is family, education, political institution, religious institution. These are the five basic institutions of every society, and these plays a very important role. Coming to family, family is the first agency of socialization where we get to know how to behave in a family or outside the world. Education make us aware of different issues. Then religion sometimes play a positive, always plays a positive role, but sometimes a few fundamentalists give us a negative outlook. Then the government is an agency which makes the law for us, which take care of all the facilities which has to be provided to the citizens. Institutions plays a very important role. So the integration of these three is very, very important for the establishment of this SDG, or for to have this SDG more liberal or more controllable. Now coming to that, what institutions are an instrument in transmitting culture from generation to generation. Institutions unite people and groups. They make unity and harmony, and this is how the unified pattern of behavior is being followed by that. Now when we talk about peaceful society, how we can exist when there's an oppression, or when there's an exploitation, when there's a denial of rights and liberty. Peaceful society is also called a just society, which respect internalization and accept human rights. Human rights are very, very important. Now, coming to just society is which abide by the ethical principles that promote principle of integrity. And that is what Goal 16 has a specific target. For example, fighting corruption. For example, reducing violence. Now, coming to this peace, development, human rights, they are all interlinked and mutually related. Now, coming to individual perspective, what all we can do. First of all, as Rachna ma'am just mentioned, that rule of law, justice for all. We should build accountable institutions. We should encourage inclusive decision making at all levels. At a local level, as a citizen, we should get engaged with various activities which led to the environmental changes, like clean environment, having those drives which will help the environment to be more cleaner, have those activities which talks about healthy and sanitization. We should participate in more of social issues, and we should train our children in that way. Finally, we should be a global citizen altogether. We should be aware of what is going around globally. We need to take action now. We need to transform the world. We need to speak up. We need to have that what is right to vote. That our if government has given us the right to vote, we should avail it. We should talk to our local and national authorities to engage in initiatives and don't harm people or the planet. One action taken by one individual will make the change, will transform the world. Now, having a growth mindset will help in this. We should not be attached to one those conservative ideas. We should come out for those conservative ideas. We should work on this. We should adapt with the change, and then only we can think of a word peace. With this, I would like to share one video which talks about how much India has done for these SDGs.
India is prioritizing the Sustainable Development Goals, making remarkable strides, lifting millions out of poverty, on track to achieve the goals. Localization of the SDGs is the mantra to reach everyone everywhere. Progress on SDGs for 1.3 billion people is closely monitored through a robust national indicator framework and the SDG India Index. People and partnerships define the ownership of the SDGs in India, with a dynamic private sector pushing the envelope on sustainability and a vibrant civil society joining hands with the government for a singular purpose. SDGs are everybody's business in India. Reflective of this whole of society approach is a massive stakeholder engagement led by Niti Aayog and supported by UN in India. Over 1,000 non-governmental and community organizations and the private sector contributed to India's second voluntary national review. Today, India is empowered and resilient, Sashakt and Sabal. 271 million people lifted out of multi-dimensional poverty, clean and healthy, Swachh and Swasth. Universal access to sanitation, over 500 million people covered by health insurance. Prosperous and vibrant, Sampann and Samriddh. Effective and expanded public service delivery through direct benefit transfers, enabled by integrating banking, mobile services and unique citizen identity. Inclusive and entrepreneurial, Samagra and Saksham, an emerging epicenter for advanced technological and digital solutions, a burgeoning entrepreneurial ecosystem. Leading efforts on energy and climate action, Satat and Sanatan. Universal access to electricity with fast increasing share of renewable power. India's commitment to the 2030 Agenda extends beyond its borders. India co-founded the International Solar Alliance, the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, and is supporting global partners through the India-UN Development Partnership Fund. As we enter the decade of action, India reiterates its commitment to deliver transformative change for its people, the global community, and the planet.
So, hope you all like the video. Hope you came to know what India is doing in terms of SDGs, the Niti Aayog. So we know that if and all nations do their part, and then it won't be a time that we won't be able to achieve these goals. 2030 is near to us. So we need to work together for this collaboration, and for this two other pillars, love and compassion. We need to have these things, then only we can achieve this SDGs. Thank you so much, IDYM, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was really very impactful session. I think everybody has, you have justified today's topic. Yes, international peace and hybrid peace is very important to achieve the SDG. And really, you have gone through and throw the light upon the social justice, which is an important task we have to achieve. And you also talked about the equal treatment, about the equal individual. Yes, we have to achieve that also. And we have to make the SDG very liberal. And yes, we have to come out with the conservative ideas also. So, ma'am, it was really, and video was really very nice, and you have explained it very nicely. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge on this platform with all of us. Once again, from the IDYM Foundation, I thank you all the esteemed speakers and all the guests of honor today who has nicely explained about the today's topic. And now we come to the end of the session, and I would like to take 5 minutes question answer session from the audience and
मैम
participants.
मैम एक
Shankar
वीडियो है
sir.
उसको प्ले करें पूजा मैम कैन यू प्ले दैट वीडियो
I'm showing. Yeah, sir. Just a minute. I'm sharing.
Mrs. Rajna Chakravarti.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Mr. Akash Bhabad.
Congratulations, sir.
Dr. Pooja Dikshit Joshi.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Dr. Asem Abdel Hamid Mosa.
Congratulations, sir.
Dr. Priya Trivedi.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Ravi sir, shall we take 5 minutes session of
Okay, ma'am, you carry on as per your piece, and you can wind up the session also. Then everything is over.
Yeah, then I'll have a vote of thanks. If any of your participants want to ask a question from our speakers, you can continue, or you can write in the chat box. You can unmute yourself. Okay, moving ahead. If you have any query, you can write in the chat box. We'll take the questions and we'll put in the group as well. As you all know that today is Labor Day और मेरे पास दो लाइन है आप लोग सबके लिए. सुबह निकल पड़ा था हर मजदूर दिहाड़ी पर. किसी के कंधे पर गमछा था, किसी के लैपटॉप. गमछे वाला 6 बजे तक घर आ गया, लैपटॉप वाले का रात तक भी पता नहीं चला. So it's really very important to do the smart work to attain the sustainable development goal. It is very important to work on yourself and as an individual for the peaceful mind. So in the end of the session, I give a vote of thanks to all of you. Though the words are insufficient to express one's gratitude, we can only use them to make our esteemed guests to know that thankfulness towards them. With this, I, Dr. Priya Trivedi, give a vote of thanks to all of you. I also express my gratitude to our first speaker, Dr. Asim Mosa sir from the Egypt. Thank you so much for your words and your
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much.
Sir. I do have a privilege to thank Mrs. Rajna ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your expression, your thought, your views. And it's the first time for me also as a moderator I am doing in Idiom Foundation. It was your platform. I hope I was the best because I have always seen you.
You were the best. Yes, ma'am.
You were, of course, excellent, Priya ma'am. Excellent. No second thought about it.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's my honor to thank Mr. Akash sir. Sir, definitely in the future also we are going to connect with you.
Thank you, definitely.
And my sincere thanks to Dr. Pooja ma'am. It was really, ma'am, too good.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And again and again, I think this video is on the net also, Google. I'm going to go through this.
Yeah, I will share in the group, ma'am. That is
yeah. This type of conferences make the things very fruitful. Fruitful come out from these conferences, and students are going to benefit from all our inspiration words and our thoughts. And yes, we all are doing this for the future, to make our future, our students better. And we all are working with the Idiom Foundation. It's a great platform. We can work with sir.
Yeah, very true, very true. Priya ma'am, I just want to add in with this, Dr. Pooja, your presentation was amazing. I just thought because Ravi sir told me
glitches, I tried.
No, but Ravi sir told me in 5 minutes, so I didn't prepare any presentation. I just went by words. But anyway, your presentation was so communicative. I feel every student must also see that, because seeing makes them more, attacked and connected, because this is a very, very important goal. Goal number 16, to bring about peace. We all talk about peace, but we are not maintaining peace even in our home. Yes. In our own, the four boundary of our wall, there is so much of noise inside. Why do we raise the volume? So if they see your video and your presentation, I feel it's going to be very effective, and it needs to be shown. As I always believe, being an educator myself, that we need to first train the young minds with this SDG goals. Then only we can educate and bring around the change by 2030, what we want to see. It is possible only if the younger generations are trained right now. This is the prime and the cream time. And your video was amazing, ma'am. It was superb. I really was seeing all the technicalities which you have implemented in your video PowerPoint presentation. I really loved it. And of course, IDYM is the best automatically. And Raviji, thank you so much for that wonderful PPT of that. Congratulations. I was really wondering, how did you combine both, everything together? It's amazing. Every time you just keep us at awe, and with your, creativity, it's like going beyond for excellence. Amazing platform, IDYM, and there is always knowledge, especially Sundays when we think of retiring and, doing some leisurely work. IDYM is again, trying to educate the young minds, everyone, with their powerful and power-packed programs. And with hosts like Dr. Priya, every time we have amazing sessions, and it's a wonderful learning session even at the holiday from the close proximity of our house. It's really so nice, and I really want to thank this platform and whoever, all the eminent speakers and distinguished guests who have joined in across the globe. Thank you very much for joining in. I can see Dr. Abhimanyu Mishra also have joined in. Thank you so much. He's also a very, very, intelligent person with a lot of knowledge. And thank you, sir, for joining in. It's really a pleasure, Dr. Pooja. Your presentation, I really wanted. I couldn't stop, Priya ma'am. Sorry for taking
No, sir.
little
No,
space because Dr. Pooja's
For
I'm
acknowledging
always
so
happy
much.
to listen you also.
Thank you so much, Dr.
My day, ma'am. You made my day.
Yeah, it was a wonderful presentation. I really
All the
loved it.
guest of speakers today were awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. Priya ma'am, over to you.
Yeah, ma'am.
Always, Rachna ma'am is always awesome. Rachna
Yeah,
ma'am, we
yeah.
love to hear you always.
And
The
even
way
I just want to say on this platform today, from so many months, I want to speak, ma'am. I like your kum kum. Thank you.
yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That again is added. Today I'm getting so many good praises. Sundays is becoming more
Or
good for me. Thank you. Thank you, Priya ma'am.
yes, I really thanks to
One
see,
thing, Priya ma'am, I just wanted to mention one message I wanted to give from this platform, that peace cannot be kept by force. It can be only achieved by understanding. So we need to understand this, that how much peace is important. And when we are peaceful from mind, only we can think of the peaceful outside world. So we need to have that internal peace, then only we can have that external peace. So we should be mindful of our actions. That
yeah,
is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
okay.
And eventually we'll have the peaceful solutions to everything as well.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Now I thanks to our CEO, Idiom Foundation, Smi ma'am and Ravi Shankar sir for their contribution, continuous contribution, support for making all the event a successful one. Because of them, actually we all are here. So thank you so much for giving me opportunity, and I want to thank all the participants who have joined from national, internationally, from globe across for listening to us. Thank you so much. And from my side, it's over. Over to Ravi Shankar sir.
Ravi ji, it's over to you. Ravi sir.
We can have a group photograph. I think sir has taken.
Hey ma'am, आप लोग ले लीजिए. Rachna ma'am is good in taking photographs. And Pooja ma'am, you can ask them. They are very good.
Rachna ma'am, if you can take.
Yeah. I would request everyone to put your video on so that we can take a group photograph. Yeah, R.K. Divedi sir, welcome. Yeah, Veena ma'am, good
I
evening.
welcome Marki Trivedi sir.
Thank
All
you.
the
Thank you
dignitaries.
to all, and really wonderful session. We have really wonderfully conducted nicely.
Thank you, sir.
All the speakers
In
were
IDY
really
Foundation, it was for first time I have conducted.
the best. But the best part of IDYM is just giving opportunity to everyone, and
Yeah.
that everybody is just congratulating or appreciating to everyone. That is also good way of promoting the
Preeti
things.
ma'am is
Very
also
important.
there. Welcome, ma'am.
Preeti ma'am is also there. Preeti ma'am, your camera.
Yes, a
Ma'am is
very
there.
good evening. A very good evening, and what a wonderful session. I mean, each one of you left me spellbound. Wonderful, wonderful session. Pooja, as always, she's a gem. I mean, her words flow like, a source of inspiration. Thank you so much, Pooja, for sharing that video. And definitely we'll pick it up and show it to all the students in the school.
Yes.
And Rachna ji, as always, it's a pleasure and such a delight to hear you speak. Your fluency, the way you articulate your ideas, and Dr. Asim, wonderful presentation.
Thank you so
Mr.
much.
Akash, Very,
Thank you so
very,
much.
very seamlessly presented ideas. I think the theme picked up is the need of the hour. That's what all of us are wanting. And the way the contemporary situation, the geopolitical situation is, I think this needs to be really perpetuated and percolated across all the levels, yes, of society. Wonderful presentation. And Dr. Priya, wonderfully moderated, beautifully
Thank
moderated.
you, ma'am. Thank you so much
It was a
for your
pleasure to listen to all of you today. So I was just
Thank you so
listening
much.
to everyone, and I thought that let me just absorb everything spoken. So wonderful presentation. Thank you, Raviji, as always, bringing such fantastic speakers. And yes, it was I think a very enriching session.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
Thank
your
you
kind
so much.
boosting words. These boosting words are the add up for future conferences.
Preeti ma'am,
Yeah,
Preeti
Mr.
ma'am,
Akar.
I would like to add something here that
Yes, sir.
Professor Rachna Chakravarti ma'am, if we peep uh, in her name, meaning of her name, Rachna, means that she's always creative. Whenever I watch her show, means that every time she is highly creative. And Dr. Pooja Dikshit Joshi ma'am, uh, that I have no words. Only I will say that you have created great Josh. Joshi madam, you have created Josh in the show. And Trivedi madam, please write that line, markable line that you uttered here on this platform for our laborers, without which we cannot imagine any work, madam. Okay, that was really lovely lines, madam. And I salute Ravi sir, who is the creator of this platform and of this show. And I salute you all, Musa sir also from Dubai, on the behalf of my institution, on the behalf of my students, I salute you all. Great love, blessings, and great respect from my side. Thank you.
Very well spoken, Dr. Abhimanyu. Absolutely. You've summed it up very succinctly and in a very, very impactful way. Yes. The speakers really need to be applauded, appreciated, and also the moderator. So, as always, these are the gems of ITYM. And thank you, Raviji, for igniting not just young minds, but all of us also, all us educated
Yeah.
people.
Age no bar. Age no bar.
Yes, yes, because when we are inspired, we are ignited, then we can spread that flame across
Yes,
and
Of course,
ignite
of
the
course.
entire generation.
actually. I would like to congratulate the principal fraternity present here. Today is a principal day.
They
Happy
also, yes.
all the principals here.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
happy
much.
happy Principals Day. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and happy Principals Day to all the leaders here, all the edu leaders here.
Thanks very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much.
Thank
Thank
Can
you
we
so much.
end the
Thanks.
meeting, sir? Ravi sir?
And thank you, Ravi sir.
Rachna ma'am, I think we can end the meeting now.
Yeah, I think so because if anybody would love to speak and from the principals for the principal, from one principal to another principal, if you want to give a message to all the other principal, because there are so many principals I can see today. So you can share a message for the other principals too, and then we can end it the day and with a lot of takeaways today from goal number 16. We will meet once again for goal number 17. And with that same Josh, with that same fervor, we will be meeting once again for goal number 17. So, anybody, any principal would love to share a message? Either Priti ma'am or Divedi sir is there, or Abhimanyu.
Rachna ji, what I would say is that we are the custodians of the future generation, and as custodians of the future generation, it is our responsibility that we imbibe the right values so that the world remains a more peaceful, a more inclusive, and definitely a more just world. So we have to remember that we are the custodians, and we are also the ones who have to take care of all the value systems. Like we say, expected from the schools, from the leaders, from the faculty. And I think all of us are already marching ahead, and each one is doing their own bit. Being on in the hot seat, we know how difficult it is. So my tribute, my salutations to each and every edu leader, to each principal, and also, of course, to all the teachers, the mentors. It's not an easy task for us. Yes, but as we say, we brace ourselves and we become stronger and stronger in ensuring that the future generation is a very responsible generation. So once again, a happy Principals Day to everyone and to all the leaders, to all the edu leaders.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am. Thank you so much.
Wonderful message for all the principals. Yes, it's not an easy task to sit on the hot seat and be baked every day.
Yeah.
So as the going gets tough, the tough get going.
Yes. So it's very true. And one day is needed to appreciate all the principals who's taking up the responsibility. And SDG goals are going to be possible because of all the principals who are working to bring around this awareness and spreading these goals amongst this children in their schools and colleges. That is very important. Thank you so much. Yes, Priya ma'am, I think we can say a happy weekend to everyone.
Yeah.
And once again, we can meet for goal number 17 in the next week.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you once again. Shall we leave now, ma'am?
Thank you so much.
Thank
I'm
you so
ending the
much.
meeting, ma'am. I'm ending the meeting.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Recording stopped.
And see you